My name is Sarah Thompson. I'm Executive Managing Director at Glassroom. And I also, in my free time, work on a lot of projects, like currently evaluating the economic impact of Canadian media on our business ecosystem. I actually wanted to be a journalist. My brother is a reporter, and I decided not to follow in his footsteps and went into PR back when PR was actually a lucrative profession. I ended up working in PR for a lot of my 20s, inevitably ended up working at Accenture, which was a great learning experience in the world of business. Not enough of business is taught in marketing and PR schools. And from that, I started to expand into analytics, data, digital marketing. I was in creative advertising at an agency called Cassette, which is really well renowned in Canada. And then I went into media in the last sort of decade of my career. And that's where my heart and soul currently lie, which really does mean that my career has come full circle. Instead of just pitching to media, I'm really trying to make sure that we have a vibrant Canadian media ecosystem for advertisers. I think with the advent of so much money going towards digital advertising, we need to have really careful scrutiny of what's actually going on to both information integrity and the quality of the media environments that our clients need to be in. A big factor in that is understanding fraud, especially in the programmatic advertising space, how much of your dollars are actually wasted and what is not reaching a human being in advertising anymore. If we want to have businesses that grow, you need to have really high quality media environments for them to advertise in and reach real human beings. To me, this is the biggest topic of conversation right now, as more dollars are leaving the Canadian media environment, not staying here, not supporting journalism. And we know that Canadians trust local journalism above anything else. It's where they spend the most amount of attention. That's where they give their trust and their time. And we are slowly eroding those environments, which as a media advisor helping businesses and brands understand where to put their money, it's so important to have a quality media environment for them to be in. And we need to make sure that they stay and be truest business partners with media partners in Canada. If I think about tech for Canada in the way that we think about the media landscape, what we need to start addressing are things like monopolies. What we need to start addressing are issues of where is there fraud, where is there not opportunity, and how is that really hurting our information integrity in our country? Like we are on the precipice right now of an election happening in Canada, and we're already seeing mis and disinformation. We're already seeing a manipulation of how people understand the issues at play for our election. That's concerning. And that means we need to pay attention to the money and how the money flows from advertiser to publisher and who is siphoning away money and who is manipulating that system that benefits nobody but themselves. We're going to cover a lot of the topics in play right now, the application of AI, the intervention of the Competition Bureau when it comes to our larger platforms, what that means for the CBC, for other media organizations in our country. We'll talk about, Bill C-18 and the effect it's had on the media ecosystem, which ironically, very few Canadians understand that there is no news on meta platforms. And yet, in that absence, they seem to continue to rely on it as a source of information. There's this question mark right now of when quality of information is removed from platforms, why does the control still stand? It's because we don't understand when good is gone. The breaking down and having an honest conversation of the challenges everybody is facing in Canada right now. If it comes from a CMO, they're looking for growth, they're looking for efficiency, they're looking for their dollars to be put in the right places, where they're actually connecting with Canadian consumers. From a media partner perspective, they're looking for a viable business to still be in. They provide really important services for all of Canadians. Information is power. And the final part that I think is really important about sessions like this for a dialogue is that we spend a lot of time listening to each other, not with filters, not, in other conferences where somebody is pitching you something, that you can have open and earnest conversations about the issues that are at play for all of us to try to find some resolution or a path forward. I think Canada has the perfect sort of conflagration of multiple things going on. One is that we have So it's diverse mindsets that are coming in thanks to immigration in the last while, but also just the nature of Canadian culture of a level of inclusivity that's not present everywhere in the world right now and definitely not accepted. So you get diversity of thought. With that comes diversity of ambition and creativity, different perspectives on sense of humor, different ways of seeing a story or telling a story, which are so important to advertising for it to actually be successful, that we're creating things that stand out, that really intrigue the human mind and brain and make us pay attention versus more wallpaper and advertising. I'd say, if anything, Canadians have a lot of creativity also because we have had to solve problems really quickly with very little. And that makes you scrappy and also incredibly versatile.